In today's video, I'm gonna take you through the challenges of managing remote teams in tech from my own experience, and why you shouldn't really fear them. Managing teams is not an easy of itself, and adding remote mode to the picture makes it even more confusing. You may ask, why is that confusing? Remote or not, people already know what they sign up to do. So what's there to be confused about? Many people perceive remote work as not being that different from in-office work at its core. And while two work models are similar in many ways, here's the drill. Whether your employees have experience working in a remote environment or not, we shouldn't assume that they know what to expect from working remotely in a specific company. And with it comes the first challenge: making your expectations and remote work ethic crystal clear. This may seem obvious, but making sure that everybody is on the same page takes a lot of work. People might have a little experience working in a team, or they could have a different approaches to the teamwork at their previous positions. Whatever the case may be, to make sure you build a sustainable team space, it is essential to introduce and incorporate the work ethic that ensures productivity, manages expectations, and set boundaries. And even though in remote workspace there are little to no boundaries as it is, they are vital to set when it comes to work-related remote communication. It is crucial to make sure that people know what to expect regarding their responsibilities and deadlines. Letting people know how you expect them to treat their work and their teammates is vital. So what you can do? The best thing you can do is to be transparent about how you see the cooperation between you and your team. This can start with introducing work communication channels and task guidelines, and extend to your company's values, communication specifics, and workplace boundaries. The best way to do it is to have an introductory meeting dedicated to your business goals and specific steps to achieve them. And once you let people know what to expect, keep your virtual communications aligned with your guidelines for successful cooperation. The next thing can be one of the most challenging aspects of remote work, and that is tracking performance. Hands down, one of the most challenging things to manage is to ensure that people do what they are assigned. And it's difficult because for the most part, working from home is associated with doing nothing for the most of the time. Influenced by stereotypes, managers can stress themselves out trying to ensure that needed work is done and ultimately controlling the pace of work-related progress. There are ways to track performance that don't invalidate independency of your employees. So what you can do? Set up regular meetings and deadlines. Regular call-ins allow your employees to adapt to remote work environment. They also allow you as a manager to keep track of what's going on and taking some stress off your shoulders. Deadlines are helpful in getting employees to understand the goals they are working towards. They're also helpful to assess you how successfully task is completed. The next thing goes hand in hand in tracking performance, and that is trust in your team. Being at distance slows down the establishment of trust in a workplace. If you've ever been in close relationships, you know trust comes with time. And in professional relationships, it's not different. Reliability is one of the most important things to have when it comes to teamwork. So what you can do to set foundation of trust within your team? Start with yourself. Don't stress yourself out about not witnessing all the work behind the scenes. Remote work involves some level of independency on your team's part. And since there's little to do about the space that comes with remote work, you can evaluate the performance based on work results, the work ethic of your employees, and their professional trustworthiness. If performance can be better, communicate the ways it can improve in your opinion. And if you see that things don't change over time, then it's your calls in terms of how to make it better. The next challenge for managing your remote team is guiding your team's interactions. When it comes to in-office work, the interactions between team members are easy to evaluate and guide. But people working remotely are individually isolated in most cases. This can create obstacles in the functionality of your team. The thing is that if interactions within your team weaken, the productivity worsens. Productivity primarily relies upon structure, and some extent of structure should also be applied to interactions within your team. So what you can do? Ensure regular communication. Setting daily meetings is standard practice for managing remote teams. But if you see that daily meetings don't do it in terms of sufficient communications, try to arrange calls that aren't work-related or come up with a physical activity for your team to engage in and bond over. So managing a remote tech team can be tough. But don't freak out. To make it work, set clear expectations, check in regularly, build trust, and guide team interactions. With the right mindset and strategies, you can create a successful remote work experience for everyone. Good luck!